Chelsea just dismantled PSG in a 3-0 win in the final of the club FIFA Club World Cup. I am total. I'm surprised. I'm fully surprised. Going into this game, I had no idea that this would happen. I genuinely thought PSG would win 3-2, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, something like that. I didn't think it was going to be a game like this, but Enzo Maresca said it pretty quickly after the game. He said, "We won the game in the first 10 minutes." And I genuinely agree with him. His plan was installed from the beginning. His team was pressing and pressing, and they didn't let PSG even start their own game. So Chelsea just beat PSG 3-0. Let's talk about it a little bit. Well, a lot actually. Maresca had a tactical masterclass from the beginning of the game. Like he said, the first 10 minutes he dominated, and his game plan was on. PSG's game plan was finished. The pressing from Chelsea off the bat, they were pressing with seeing the 4-4-2 with Enzo going up with Joao Pedro, which was just I was like okay, but then you saw, and Reece James was locked in with João Neves, and then Enzo was just locked in with Vitinha and stopping them from playing out smoothly. Um, you would see. We all know how high Rakimi and Mendes like to go, which is why we saw Neto have a defensive masterclass as well. Not many people are talking about him in this game, but him defensively, he was very good, very solid. He put everything that he had on the pitch. Um, but yeah, every time they go, you'd always see Cole Palmer come back defend. You'd always see Neto come back and defend. But when they attacked, you would see um hold on, let me check my stats real quick. You would see Marlo Gusto right down the wing. There was none of this inverting, none of this. Every time you saw, you would see Malo Gusto just run down the wing right behind Nuno Mendes, which ultimately cost the first goal. And Malo Gusto had an amazing game in my opinion. He would just fly every time Chelsea got the ball, he would fly down the wings. He would fly down the wings. For the first goal, he flew down the wing. Nuno Mendes messed up and ended up playing Gusto shot and it fell to Cole Palmer, we will talk about a little bit. For the second goal, Gusto once again defensively solid, always attacking, always down the wing. None of this inverting stuff, none of this like fancy stuff. Malo Gusto was amazing. The one person, well, let's talk about Joao Pedro before the other person. Joao Pedro was all over the defenders. He was making runs down the right, from center to the right, center to the left. He's such a tank. Like he doesn't look the strongest person out here, but he looks very strong, very athletic. His goal was amazing, chipping it right over Donnarumma, doing that run, um, physically combating with both center backs, Beraldo and Marquinhos. Beraldo had a bad game, let's be honest, but it was all thanks to Joao Pedro and how athletic he is, how good on the ball he is, and just how dangerous he is. It's the second game for Chelsea. He has 3 goals, and it's a semifinal and a final. So Joao Pedro is coming in nice and smoothly, like he's been there the whole season. Um, Caicedo had PSG team. Caicedo has PSG midfield on a chokehold. Um, he didn't let them do anything. Every time they'd get the ball, Caicedo was there. And if he didn't get to the ball, he would make sure to give him a little push just to show him that he's there. Caicedo dominated that midfield. He is so good. He surprised me as well. Going into the game, I always believed that PSG would control the midfield, like I said against Madrid. But for this game, Caicedo was outstanding. He made sure that to make his presence known every time the ball was around him. Caicedo defensively was amazing, and even every time he'd break the lines, it was amazing, which I think is underrated of him. I didn't really rate him that much, but it's game like this, like the big moments where you're like, okay, he's a big player, he's a good player, an amazing player, and throughout the season, I rate him, but he just showed why he's one of the best in his um, position right now. He dominated that midfield physically. Technically, it was just amazing. Sanchez had a goalkeeper masterclass. Like he's someone that gets so much criticism. Chelsea were going in for Magnan. Chelsea fans always talk smack about Sanchez, but he just had an amazing game. Every time PSG looked dangerous, he would make sure to block the shots. The first duet, the duet left. He made sure to block that thing. That's one of the things that stopped PSG from either implementing the game is not being able to get the goals or be as clinical as they would be in another game. And I think it was thanks to Robert Sanchez who put in an amazing game. He made sure to help PSG in the first was like 15, 20 minutes where PSG were all over Chelsea of the second half. He was there, that Dembele block. He was there. He was there for when he was needed. And I think he proved why he maybe shouldn't play like the 40 games, like 38 games of season, but he showed why he's there and why he could be an important player when it comes to um important games. Um I want to talk about the man of the hour, Cole Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was amazing. Once again, he proved why he is one of the best in the world, and he once again proved why he's a big game player. Another final, another goal, another two goals, and another assist. His his game was implemented throughout the whole time. He's done it for England at the Euro. He's done it for City, and I believe it was the FA Super Cup, one of the Super Cups. Um, he did it for the European Conference League, and now he did it for the first ever FIFA Club World Cup. 2 goals and an assist. Cole Palmer is different. He is a player that people like him in the 10. I like him at right wing. I think he always performs better at right wing, whether it's against Betis in the final, whether it's against PSG today. I think him being on the right wing, having the whole vision, the whole game, not having to worry um, about like having to turn fast or anything like he would in the 10 where he would have to pass and move. I think when he gets the ball at the right wing, he has time to look at the whole pitch and pick his pass, pick his movements. And I think he proved it today. He would be right next to the defenders. But then once Chelsea wanted to play out, he'd always come down in that little pocket between the left back and the left center mid, find the ball there, turn, and quickly, Malo Gusto, like I said, running down the wing and him picking his spaces, picking his passes, when to run, when to pass. I think he put in a master class. I think I tweeted it out, but I do think that Cole Palmer has the ability to start for England at the right wing over Saka. I like Saka, but when you see Cole Palmer do this against PSGs and in finals over and over again, I think he's a starter. I like him on the right wing better than the 10. I think I think Cole Palmer is better at the right wing than in the 10 because he has the whole vision of the whole field. When he gets the ball right in the right wing, he could choose and pick his passes, his runs, his plays. At midfield, in the 10, I think he gets people on him faster. Everyone's on him right away. And I think it's harder for him to actually implement his game and be able to see the whole field. Um, but he's a big game player, man. He is different. He keeps showing it, and I think he should be considered one top three, probably best players in the Prem. I think so, at least with around Salah and Haaland and whoever else you want to put in there right now. And yeah, I think PSG got found out. I think they got. I think they had a bad game. I think they weren't. It wasn't their day. But I think just Chelsea and Enzo Maresca found them out. Enzo Maresca put in a good game plan against them, pressing and not letting them have any spaces. Um, and yeah, I think I sadly PSG acted like sore losers at the end, which I don't like because I think this is a likable PSG, but I honestly think they acted like sore losers at the end with the slapping, the fighting, the getting mad at Cole Palmer's first goal. Um, yeah, I didn't like that seeing that from PSG. I do think they will be back. I think that Luis Enrique will learn a lot from today, and I think they will adapt. Maybe get a striker that can hold up when they do long balls. Um, but yeah, PSG just got destroyed 3-0 by Chelsea. It's hard to face an underdog Chelsea in a final. And I think they've done it to the best of the best. The Barcelonas, the prime Barcelonas, the prime Bayern Munich, prime cities, and now they did it to a prime PSG who would look unbeatable until Chelsea just dominated them pretty comfortably. And I think it's all thanks to the manager Enzo Maresca and Mr. Cole Palmer. Let's go.